Mr. Douglas, in this third chapter of the Ant-Man saga, we will find a very different Hank Pym. He has assumed a more relaxed attitude and enjoying a good life with his lovely wife, Janet, in particular at the beginning of the movie. Do you like those changes and this new mood of Dr. Hank Pym?
I do. I mean, I wish maybe we had, after the second Ant-Man, where we went back down and we rescued my wife, who had been down in the quantum realm for 30 years. It's nice to see us spend some time together. Maybe I wish we had a little more time in the beginning of the movie to understand the relationship between Hank and Janet. When you're separated for 30 years, things must go on. But yes, I think he's settled into a retirement, really, both of them, retired life, and were taken completely by surprise by the act of their granddaughter, Ceci. And yeah, there's more of a relaxed attitude. Also, I don't think I'm not taking the action lead at this age. It's much more, so I leave that to other people and to my aunts. I love my aunts.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, is a lot of things. It's surely a family adventure, but also is a story of a family of superheroes that fight in the unknown quantum realm. And it becomes yet a sci-fi movie and a coming-of-age story. There are all those stories in only one movie. Is this mixing the secret of the success of this movie, in your opinion?
That was beautifully said. Very clear. Congratulations. I think I wish I could copy your words. I think that is true. I think that's what, certainly with the Ant-Man, I think the decision is the most familial movie of all of the Marvel series. And it's sort of based on one sense on reality in terms of a family reality. And I think that it does cover those different worlds as well as you said. Yes, I think this seems to be part of the attraction of it. Also, I like the dry sense of humor. There always has within all this action world and this life-threatening situations, there's a certain attitude and humor which I appreciate.
Okay, I got the last question for you. You are a legend. You are an actor with an extraordinary, a very long career. So you act in the past in a world of movies without CGI, and now you act in a world of movies where CGI is everywhere, as in the Marvel movies. Your way of acting is the same, or did you change your way to work and to do your job now in this period?
I think comic book movies have a little different style. I would not say they're naturalistic acting style. There's a sort of a style that's picked up from the comic book when it's in a book. It's a certain almost stage performance that allows you to be a little larger than life. And of course, for me, the magic was the green screen of having to pretend. Yes, acting is pretending, but with green screen, you have to pretend that there's things that are not there. There is nothing there, and you have to pretend that it's around you. So I enjoy the exercise. I enjoy trying at this point in my career, taking different chances and trying different things.
All the Ant-Man stories and movies are always been about family. In Quantumania, the family dynamic is getting more complicated because they are facing in a completely unknown place, in which you are trapped in. But Scott Lang's need is just to defend his family, and this is the heart of his actions. Is the family and the love for Cassie and Hope the real and strongest power of Ant-Man?
Yes, I think so. Well put. I think that that his family is truly his superpower. I mean, that's the love of the family for sure. That's always been the theme, I feel like, with the Ant-Man films. And this one, you know, we're dealing with sometimes with like some family secrets, and how do we deal with that? You know, how does this evolve? But yeah, if you know, if you stick together and you can fight together, you're stronger for it.
I've got two questions in one. How did you physically prepare to act again in the role of Scott Lang? But in particular, how damned did you play the scene in which you act with other millions of other Ant-Man in the quantum realm? That was a crazy scene.
Oh my gosh, that was the hardest thing I've ever filmed, ever. That whole sequence. You know, how I prepare for this, every time I play this part, I have to go through the training with fitness, you know, with months and months before we start filming. And even while we're filming, I'm working with trainers, and I'm eating really well and trying to get in good shape so that I don't feel like an imposter when I'm putting on a super suit. The idea, that sequence you're talking about where there's lots of versions of me, was incredibly difficult for the visual effects artists. And it was tedious because, I mean, I'm playing so many different versions, but I had to film a lot of different versions as me. So it was actually a sequence that when we finished shooting the entire movie, months later, I had to go back to film those sequences, and it took weeks. And it was, you know, just kind of difficult. I'd done a show once where I played a clone of myself. So I learned a few tricks, such as how to figure out eye lines when there's no one really standing across from me, or how I can react to my own voice. If I record my one character first, I can put in a little earwig and listen to the playback, and I can interact with myself. But this was that times about 100. And you know, it was the wildest thing when I saw the movie, because I finally got to see what that looked like.
Sei un tipo interessante, Scott Lang. Sei un Avenger. Hai una figlia. Ma hai sprecato tanto tempo, come me. Ma a questo possiamo rimediare.
Chi sei tu?
Sono l'uomo che può darti quella cosa che desideri.
E sarebbe?
Tempo.
Lui può cambiare l'esistenza e alterare il tempo. Non puoi fidarti di lui.
Non mi interessa chi è. Ho già perso tanto. Lui può darci una seconda occasione.
Lascia che ti chiarisca le idee. Tu mi darai ciò che voglio, o tutto quello che tu chiami vita terminerà.
È tutta colpa mia.
È meglio che lei non veda.
Avevamo un accordo.
Credevi di vincere?
Io non devo vincere. Ma entrambi abbiamo solo da perdere. Mi dispiace, Cassie!